What's going on, everybody? Welcome back into another video. Today, we're going to be diving into all the moving changes, moving parts that's happening within the Arizona Cardinals coaching staff. And man, it's been a lot. And if you're not really following closely, then you can miss it because a lot of moving parts has happened so far for the Cardinals coaching staff. And we're going to be diving into every single one of them that's happened from Clayton Adams all the way to what's happened earlier this morning as well. So huge shout out here to the sponsors of the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube, powering our channel throughout the entirety of the NFL season. BetUS. Looking for a brand new sports book? BetUS is the way to go. Currently, right now, if you use promo code YouTube150, they will provide you with a 150% sign-up bonus on your first deposit and 125% sign-up bonus on the following two. That's going to be using promo code YouTube150 upon signing up. Of course, bet responsibly and bet within your means. But ladies and gentlemen, let's go and get started here. We got a lot to dive into today, a lot of moving parts, like I said a little earlier, and let's get started. Now, we are going to be talking about all the moves that's already happened. So obviously, we're going to start off here with the very, very first move that happened here for the Cardinals coaching staff, and that's the fact that Clayton Adams has now been moved off from the Cardinals organization and now moved on to the Dallas Cowboys organization, and now he is the offensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys. And I want to just say real quick, shout out to him, man. This is what these coordinators, these assistants, right? This is what they aspire to do at one point in their career, right? Become DCs, become OCs, become special team coordinators, become head coaches, and you know, and so forth, right? So this is just a step in the right direction here for his career. And does it hurt for the Cardinals organization? Absolutely. I feel like the Cardinals organization, their offensive line this year in 2024 was a lot better than people want to give them credit for. And that's just in a tribute to what Clayton Adams has done, right? We had so many rotational pieces that's happening throughout the entirety of the 2024 season, whether that was obviously trying to find a replacement for Jonah Williams, Kelvin Beachum stepped up. Also, Will Hernandez going down pretty early in the season as well. Tristan Colon came in and stepped up and did a really, really good job as well. And overall, man, I think this O-line did pretty darn fantastic. So congratulations to him and his promotion, going to a brand new organization, to the Dallas Cowboys. Clayton Adams no longer a member of the Cardinals coaching staff. Now let's move on over to his replacement, and that's going to be none other than Justin Fry. Now I want to be very, very clear, ladies and gentlemen. The Cardinals moved on really quickly, and I mean from the day we heard that Clayton Adams was going to get this new offensive coordinator job. I kid you not, from one day to the next, right? So the Arizona Cardinals organization most likely already knew that, hey, there was some rumblings around the idea that Clayton Adams was going to get that OC position. So they needed to start looking for his potential replacement, right? And they did that with Justin Fry here. So he is going to be the new O-line coach for the Arizona Cardinals. Now, a couple things to get people excited about. He was a coach for the O-line coach for the Ohio State. So we have a lot of Ohio State either players and now a coach joining this organization. And so, the joke that's kind of going around is what do people call us? The Arizona Buckeyes, right? Or, it's kind of one of those things where it's obvious that the Cardinals are really favoring the idea that a lot of the players slash coaches coming from this organization is something that they want to model. And Ohio State just won the national championship this last year. So, kudos to them. And I think this is a really good hire for the Cardinals. He also did coach Paris Johnson Jr. And I did do a mock draft not too long ago, and we most likely will be kicking off mock draft 2.0. But one of my first rounders, or actually the first round pick I ended up bringing in, was Justin Simmons, which is an O-line player for Ohio State. A lot of people didn't like that pick here with the 16th overall, but like I said, it's just mock draft season. There's going to be a lot of mock drafts coming in and out. So Justin Fry being the new O-line coach for the Arizona Cardinals, a lot of intrigue there. So congratulations. We're probably going to most likely hear a lot from him moving forward. And I do think this is a good signing for the Cardinals. First things first, he's got a relationship with Paris Johnson Jr. He's going to be a bookend for offensive line for years to come. So super, super excited to see what he's going to do for the Cardinals O-line. Let's move on over to the next guy. Another moving piece that ended up happening. Now, the Cardinals did sign, now bear with me here, Winston De La Boudaire. Sorry, that's a very, very hard name to get there. So Winston DeLatterbaudiere, new defensive line coach for the Arizona Cardinals. Now, a lot of these guys that the Cardinals are bringing in, believe it or not, we don't know if they're going to be good, if they're not going to be good. We don't know, right? But one thing that we can say is that the Cardinals defensive line coaching potentially could have used some sort of upgrade, right? Now, looking at the Arizona Cardinals' current coaching staff, or at least in 2024, their D line coach was Derek DeLeBlanc. So I don't know if we're going to be living in a world where he might not be the coach moving forward. Or I guess it makes sense, right? If he's going to be the new D line coach, then I'm just kind of curious to figure out what happens to Derek, right? But yeah, this is going to be the new D line coach. And looking at the comments when his former college team announced that he is now moving to the Arizona Cardinals for a D line coach position. A lot of people were bummed out. A lot of people were bummed out that they're going to be losing him within the organization. Also, keep in mind that he was a former player as well. So there's a lot of ties within his former, organization in college. So a lot of people bummed out, but Cardinal fans pretty excited to see what Winston DeLatterbaudiere is going to do as a new defensive line coach for the Cardinals. Now, let's move on over to the next guy. We only got two more pieces. Like I said, a lot of moving parts has happened so far, so bear with me. Next guy that the Cardinals ended up bringing in is going to be Christian Garcia. Now, he was, I believe, the defensive back coach for the Dallas Cowboys. And it kind of almost feels like you took one of our guys, we're taking one of your guys, right? It kind of feels like what's happened so far within the Arizona Cardinals organization, but we are losing a lot of pieces left and right. And let me just confirm here. Yeah, so he was the assistant. Um, oh no, I apologize. No, no. So he was the assistant inside linebacking coach for the Cowboys. I apologize. Uh, No, no, I was right. Okay, I'm sorry. There's just a lot of reports coming in. I'm just trying to clarify. So Garcia was the assistant defensive back coach last year and was somebody that the Cowboys hoped to keep on their roster, but the opportunity was better in Arizona. So he was the assistant defensive back coach for the Cowboys. So I was right. Okay. Now the Cardinals are hiring him um, as the inside linebacking coach. So this is going to be our new inside linebacker coach. Now, when I looked at the former staff in 2024, or I guess current staff for some coaches, we didn't have an inside linebacking coach, right? We had an outside linebacking coach, but we didn't have an inside linebacking coach. So it's probably just going to be an addition for the Cardinals. Nobody probably going to get fired from this one here. So Christian Garcia, former coach for the Dallas Cowboys, now a member of the Arizona Cardinals. And I know there's some people out there that want me to say either this is good or bad. We don't know, right? We don't know. It's a lot of these coaches that we don't really preview to, or we're not privy to see personality. We don't really hear from them very much. I mean, there's some interviews here and there, but you know, it is what it is. But Christian Garcia, the new inside linebacking coach for the Arizona Cardinals, welcome in. And here is the last one, ladies and gentlemen. I told you there was going to be a lot. Told you there was going to be a lot. Now, this is the last moving piece so far, and there might be more. There might be more moving pieces. So basically, be ready. Be ready. But Spencer Whipple going to the Jags. Yes. This one kind of was a shock to me. He was the passing game specialist for the Arizona Cardinals, and there was one specific game, I believe it was one game, where he had to actually call plays for Cliff Kingsbury, and he did a pretty darn good job. He just was probably looking for a bigger role, a bigger opportunity. He was the pass game specialist for the Cardinals. Now he's actually taking on a quarterback coach position within the Jacksonville Jaguars. So kudos to Spencer Whipple. I wanted him to stay on this um uh, on this coaching staff, as a potential replacement as OC. But obviously, right now, the Cardinals, their main focus is Drew Petzing is our guy, right? In 2025, that's going to be the guy moving forward. But obviously, I never thought Drew Petzing job was on the line in 2025. But I did like Spencer Whipple as a potential maybe for the future, right? Maybe somebody that we can go ahead that or um who was the other guy? Or Drew Terrell, right? Was another guy that I really did like as well as a potential replacement at OC. But hey, we never know. Maybe Drew Petzing is going to light it up in 2025, and maybe he does get a head coaching job next year. And then we're still in the predicament of potentially trying to get a new OC for the Cardinals as well. So yes, that's the last moving part that we've seen so far. It's going to be Spencer Whipple to the Jacksonville Jaguars as their new quarterback coach. So, ladies and gentlemen, what are your thoughts here overall on all the moving pieces that's happened so far with the Cardinals? Let me know in the comments below. Is there a specific, coach that you're pretty bummed out that the Cardinals are going to lose? Who's your most exciting hiring for the Cardinals so far? Let me know in the comments below as well. Another huge shout out here to BetUS, which is powering the AZ Sports fan throughout the entirety of the NFL season. Thank you everybody for tuning in as always. Have a great rest of your day and go Cardinals.